Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. I want to apologize for not having any uploads of any kind over the past 2 days. I do have a Kroger couponing video for my couponing community that I will be trying to get up at some point today. But on Wednesday evening, my mom got home from visiting my little sister and walked in and found her new husband passed away on the floor. So I've been running back and forth with the kids, back and forth to her place to be there. She's my mom. And she's really sad, so before we get ready to go back over to her house today, I wanted to just make a quick video about something. So, first off, okay, the Sami being wet and changing clothes thing, I'm not going to address fully until there's proof of anything. And I have been begging people that are commenting about this and talking about this to provide a link or any sort of proof that this was actually said by somebody, or there was photos of this, or there was people stating that they saw her like this, and no one can give me anything. So until then, I love that you guys are talking about it. I mean, it's not like this isn't what this community is for, which is another thing I'm going to get to in a second. To be honest, it would literally make the most sense, alright? Okay? We all felt like Sami was full of shit from the very beginning, alright? And I said, I don't feel like she purposely did something sinister to her, but I feel like she is definitely hiding something and knows more than she does. So the consensus of what I'm seeing in everyone's comments about this situation would have been that Sami was really the one that drove Kiely's vehicle. Something went wrong, vehicle went into the car, Sami's the only one that got out. Now, possible as hell. That would explain literally everything. And it would also, explain the reason why a lot of people believe that, I'm just going to say it, law enforcement's being shady. Because Sami's dad's apparently a private investigator and her mom's apparently an attorney, and whenever you are a PI and an attorney in a small town, you usually have it in pretty good with local law enforcement. Y'all already know how I feel about how they handled this case, and I feel like a lot of people want to make a lot of excuses for them, but when they come on and they state that they used submarines, sonar, and we saw divers literally on the ground, like little algae fish suckers, alright, like really scouring shit. How'd you not? Yes. While that theory could totally be a thing and totally explain it all, ain't nobody saying nothing about proof. Nobody can send me a link. I've literally probably asked about 30 people in either my own comments, and that's the biggest reason. I just want to say this right now. The only reason really why I wanted to address this was because so many people on my videos, in my comments, were discussing it. And if people that are on my page are discussing something, then that obviously means that's something that they want to discuss. And I'm here to have critical thinking discussions. And this is not too far-fetched of a theory. And this is where I want to try to explain some differences to people who obviously just don't seem to get it, which I'm going to get to those people here in a second. So, when we are sitting here discussing things about how the back window was rolled down, that's what we physically saw when we watched the SUV be backed out of the water, okay? When we're sitting here asking if she was even at the party, that's because no one is actually giving us proof that she was there. The only person that is telling us that she was actually there is Sami, okay? It has been weeks and weeks and weeks, almost a full month, guys. We're almost in September since Kiely originally went missing. They have told us already, law enforcement has, that they have interviewed over 400 minors, okay? And not a single one of them or their parents can come out and state, my kid was there and spoke to Kiely at the party. She was wearing this when they spoke to her. My kid was there and saw Kiely talking to so-and-so. My kid was there and saw Sami with Kiely. No one is saying that, okay? And because of that lack of actual proof that is needed, that's why we have questions, alright? Now, everyone is stating that the photo that I made a video about the other day was apparently a still shot from a video that was from Sami. Okay, well then that still brings me back to why, if they apparently have a video of her at the party in the white hoodie, they haven't given us a still shot of that. give us the damn still shot. It's not that hard. If this is a still shot of a video and the photo of her in the black bodysuit is a still shot of security footage, then where's this one? And y'all also realize that, like, no one is even stating that Sami was at the party, right? We don't have anyone coming forward and stating that they're the ones who brought her, that they're the ones who left with her and gave her a ride, that they hung out with her at the party. Nothing. There's no physical evidence that these two girls were even there. And that's just straight up fact. Everything that we know is coming from Sami's mouth and Sami's mouth alone. And a girl named Mags who was only there for 10 minutes. Come on. That is the complete opposite of taking a photo that we don't even have verification of being actually from that night and having her even in it. Running it through a bunch of editing tools and a bunch of filters to make it look like something that you can run as an episode on your channel. That is deception. That is fake news, okay? You're not taking anything that is proof and showing us anything. You're taking something that you went in and physically enhanced with filters that made something that is simply a reflection from the headlights in the photo look like actual headlights themselves. That is not the same thing that we do here. So going back to how people were discussing this in the comments, and that's why I wanted to talk about it, there's also a lot of people in the comments that, like, don't even like what they're hearing here. And I don't understand how people who don't want to be part of discussions and who don't want to, like, think about things even watch these types of videos, because obviously they just make them upset and make them want to, like, argue with people. And you know we all die, right? You know, so why are you wasting what precious limited time that you have complaining about what I'm doing with my life in the comments? Okay? If you don't like the fact that I have a passion about these things, okay, or if any of us on here that do this have a passion about these things and that's why we want to talk about them, then why the hell are you here? Granted, America, all right? You can be wherever the hell you want to be, but is that really how you want to waste your limited amount of time in this pathetic existence? I would sincerely think about that. And I'm pretty sure that if we had more power, a lot of us would be out there doing more things. Look, I'm going to tell y'all right now, I have $60,000 in student loan debt because I do, in fact, have a criminal forensic science degree, an associate's, all right? I got halfway through my bachelor's before something really bad happened to my daughter that completely changed the trajectory of our lives, all right? So I never utilized that degree. And it's in the shed, in a box, tattered and torn and full of cobwebs, okay? But I've personally been, like, obsessed with trying to piece together clues and solving true crime stories ever since 2001 when my uncle was murdered, okay? This is something that I have been passionate about for over 20 years. I'm 34. This isn't something that I just jumped on the bandwagon for. This is something that I decided to start after getting out of a horrible relationship from the past 6 years that ended in a DV situation and my son's father being arrested. And now I'm trying to do something that makes me happy. As morbidly whatever as it sounds, discussing these cases and trying to think and using my brain, not just sitting there watching the Kardashians or any other stupid reality TV show that just makes me numb and stupid. I like to think, all right? So this is what I'm here to do. So if I can do something that I'm passionate about and have discussions with other people that are just as passionate about it, then this is right where the hell I want to be. And if you don't, then don't be here. I still need to finish my third video about Jolissa Fuentes because I actually made a mistake, you guys. I made a mistake on the way that she turned out of the gas station in my first video. And after almost 1,000 views on that video, only one person caught it and corrected me. And at first I didn't believe him because he was the only one saying it. And then I went back and I listened to what the father actually said, and my dyslexic ass really did hear it backwards. And I had to go in and I had to correct it, and I still have to go in and correct the video itself and take that one little clip out, okay? But that's what I am here for. okay? I don't always put things together correctly, right? So I want to be somewhere where I can put my thoughts out there and someone can be like, no, that's actually not right. This is how it went, right? Because once things are corrected, it changes the way that my brain goes. In the video, the mistake I made was saying that she turned right out of the gas station instead of left, and that her house was left, and that's why everyone didn't know where she was going. But that's actually way the opposite, okay? She turned left out of the gas station, which would totally make sense as to why the first search they did was on the west side of Selma, okay? That didn't make sense to me at first because my dyslexic little brain got it all backwards, all right? So that just makes it even more fishy that she ended up all the way over there because she went left. She went west, but then she ended up through her cell phone tracking all the way northeast, which is the opposite of how she turned out of the gas station. So once that was corrected in my brain, thanks to the one person who caught it, that just kind of like woed the case a little bit more for me, okay? And that's important because that's like the most important thing in this case because that's where she was last seen. So to have the direction that she pulled out of the gas station correct, duh. I'm so sorry that I had it wrong, but I'm so thankful to the one person who caught it because that also tells me how many people that watch these are actually paying attention to these cases. No one else came on there to correct me. No one watched it and then went to go watch other videos about the case to get more information on her and realized I said it wrong. I mean, I know I'm a small channel, but I know that if I were to hear someone get something that important wrong, I would want to go back and tell them. That's just me. As of now, we know that Adventures with Purpose have officially cleared the Avocado Lake area. I'm not sure exactly which direction they're going to be going next. You know, they're really good at what they do, so I'm sure that if she is or if she was there at any point, you know, they'll find something. Regarding Kiely Rodni, you know, we really can't do much else about anything when it comes to even speculating at this point because there's literally nothing else to go on. And the only thing that we can really count on at this point is we're going to have to eventually go over the vehicle report from the FBI, the actual true autopsy results whenever they come out, and then the toxicology report. So, it's going to be a while, guys. Well, I guess that's it for now. Those are my thoughts. This video was a little bit more me than my normal videos, but there was just some things I felt that I needed to say. It's probably because of the emotional state that I'm currently in with the stuff that's going on with my mom that I felt like I just wanted to word vomit everywhere. So if you've gotten to this point, thank you for listening, and I'm glad that you were here. Please just keep my mom in y'all's thoughts. I don't think that she's slept at all since Tuesday night when she was at my sister's. He did have stage 4 cancer, and he did have somebody with him earlier in the day. He was only home by himself for like a few hours, which was not abnormal. You know, he could still get in his car and like drive places if he wanted to. But it was spreading, and they kept finding more tumors, and he'd already gone through 2 horribly huge amounts of chemo and radiation rounds, and just nothing was working. So it was expected, but according to his doctors, it wasn't going to be anytime soon. So that's the part that's like throwing everybody off, and why a lot of things weren't like prepared, I guess. So I'm gonna go help her take care of a couple of things. Hopefully we have some updates on these people soon. I'm doing some research on the Dylan Rounds case just because there's so much drama around it, and it's literally everywhere, and it's not my fault that my eyes cannot be diverted. Holy crap, that one's got me in like a big old tizzy, guys. And I've probably got like, look, I'm not even like, y'all think I just like do these videos for nothing, right? Look at this. Look at these notes. Look. See this? See this? Okay. I do my best that I can to like get as much detail as possible. Okay. I have so many thoughts, and there's some questions that I'm not seeing answered. And I've been watching a lot of P.I. Jim Terry's stuff that he actually does on his own channel where he speaks about stuff. And I've looked at some text messages that he shared on some other people's channels. Can't show those, but I would like to discuss those in comparison to what we're being told by the parents. There's a lot of going on with that one. Okay, so that's it for now, you guys. Bye, y'all.